In this episode, we make further progress toward home with 2 stops in the state of Utah. Come along for the ride as we experience 2 amazing lakes in this beautiful state. All right, today we have arrived. It's the 4th of July. Happy birthday, America. We are in Garden City, Utah at the Epic RV Park and Marina. It's located right on Bear Lake. It's known as the Caribbean of the Rockies. We're a little concerned about the Pirates of the Caribbean of the Rockies. I'm about to turn around and let you look behind me and see. This is the lake. Bear Lake is a natural freshwater lake located on the border of Utah and Idaho. The lake is situated at an elevation of approximately 6,000 feet above sea level and covers an area of approximately 109 square miles. The lake itself was named by trappers and traders in the early 19th century due to the large number of black bears that once roamed the area. The area around the lake was originally inhabited by various Native American tribes, including the Shoshone and the Ute tribes. In the mid-19th century, European American settlers began to arrive in the area, drawn by the fertile land and abundant natural resources. The first permanent settlement in the Bear Lake Valley was established in 1863 by Mormon pioneers led by Charles Rich. We're hanging out for the 4th of July at the Epic, and I mean epic, RV park. I'll spin it around, let you take a look. Anyhow, oh, let me show you. Here's our view of the lake. Oh, if I stand up, oh, you can see the lake. There it is. There's the lake. Pretty warm today. I think it was 80 something when we got here, but boy, the sun drops below that horizon. It gets cool, so we're having a little campfire. There's one more thing. Gina was just saying how this is the 4th of July, and if you look at this RV park, we got like 2 sites next to us sitting empty. There's some more. It's mostly empty. I mean, about half full, maybe. That.
Maybe 12 sites. 12, 14.
And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I count 7 trailers here, so maybe a little more than half full. But it's the 4th of July week. Today is literally the 4th of July. What we're finding interesting, I think, is not just this place. It's just overall. Last year was our first big RV year, and everywhere we went was packed. It was like you felt like if something happened, your camper broke. Yeah, your camper broke down. You had to be out. There was no more room for you. Someone else's gonna come get your spot. But this year, we see it over and over again. Campgrounds, even if they say they're full, there's empty slots. So we're not quite sure what that means, if people just bagged it, not come or whatever. And, you know, we could all speculate what it is. Is it, you know, the end of COVID, people are doing other things? Is it the gas prices so high, people just like, I'm not towing a camper all that ways? Not quite sure. And we're not saying it's good or bad, it's just...
That's just an observation.
Just an observation.
During this part of our trip, we stayed at the Epic RV Park in Garden City, Utah. This is a small park that is adjacent to the Epic Marina, where you can rent jet skis and other watercraft for day use. One thing to note is that during our stay, the water level in Bear Lake was very low, so any jet skis or boats had to be towed into the water by tractors. Vehicles are allowed to drive onto the beach, so we were able to just bring our paddle boards on the truck and park there, which made access to the lake convenient. The RV park is small with large grassy sites, but the parking lot is dirt, so it may become muddy during rainy weather, and there are no amenities except for fire rings and picnic tables. This was fine for us since we spent almost all of our time here on the beautiful lake. If you prefer a park with more amenities, there is a KOA and a Sun Outdoors in the area as well. If I were to stay here again, I would definitely choose Site 1 or 2, as the view from our site was blocked by a privacy fence. This fifth wheel is in Site 1, and they have a great view. One last thing I'd like to mention is that there is no Wi-Fi available, and the LTE signal strength varied during our stay. We were able to do a bit of internet browsing, but that's about it.
Our home for the next couple of nights was the Flaming Gorge Manila KOA journey. The campground features a variety of amenities, including a swimming pool and a store that sells groceries, camping supplies, and souvenirs. Additionally, there is a laundry room and shower facilities for guests to use. The staff were very friendly and helpful. They suggested many activities for us to do during our stay. It was getting late after settling in, but there was still daylight and we didn't want to waste any time. The KOA staff suggested we check out the Sheep Creek Canyon Geological Area. Sheep Creek Canyon Geological Area is a scenic drive depicting almost 800 million years of geologic history, situated on the north flank of the eastern Uinta Mountains just west of Flaming Gorge National Recreation Area. Named after the Rocky Mountain bighorn sheep that inhabit the area, this site is dominated by the Uinta Crest Fault, a section of folded and twisted rock that reveals millions of years of geologic history. You can tour Earth's history from your vehicle as you pass 20 interpretive signs indicating rock formations and the fossils they contain. The drive took us past stunning views of spectacular cliffs and dramatically tilted and folded rock layers before completing the loop road in a lush alpine forest. So it says we're leaving the Sheep Creek Geologic Area, but this whole thing is called the Sheep Creek Geologic Loop. But it's this behind me is where you just really see all kinds of interesting geology back here. And you know, moving on down the road where we're leaving it, you can see we're moving into more of an alpine-like environment. As we finished our drive, we spot our destination for stand-up paddleboarding tomorrow, Sheep Creek Bay. That night, we enjoyed a campfire and planned our next day's adventures. The next morning, we got an early start and drove to the Sheep Creek boat launch area. There was a large parking lot adjacent to the boat launch that gave us plenty of room to inflate our paddleboards. Sheep Creek Bay is a true gem of natural beauty. This picturesque bay is surrounded by stunning cliffs and rock formations. We carried our lunch with us as we spent time exploring the bay. One of the most striking features of Sheep Creek Bay is the towering red cliffs that rise up on either side of the water. These cliffs are made up of layers of sedimentary rock which have been eroded over millions of years to create a breathtaking landscape that we see today. The vibrant reds, oranges, and yellows of the rock formation create a stunning contrast against the deep blue waters of the reservoir, making Sheep Creek Bay an unforgettable sight. After paddleboarding, we did more exploring. We drove to the swim beach near the Wyoming border where we saw some antelope frolicking about. Since we were at the swim beach, we also decided to take a swim. Our final spot to explore was Red Canyon in the southern part of the Flaming Gorge Reservoir. Perched high above the reservoir at the southern end of the Flaming Gorge National Recreation Area lies the Red Canyon Visitor Center. This location offers a commanding view of the Red Canyon that frames the Flaming Gorge Reservoir. The Red Canyon Visitor Center sits on the southern rim of the Red Canyon above Flaming Gorge Reservoir, overlooking a stunning view into the 1,631-foot canyon. The design of the building was to feature this magnificent view in a safe setting for visitors. Behind the visitor center is a short trail that will take you to the edge of the rim viewpoint and to the side viewpoint, both of which offer spectacularly breathtaking views. This marks the end of this episode. I hope you found it enjoyable, interesting, and informative. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing to our channel to keep up with our travels.